What is going on, everyone? Commodore Last here today, bringing to us my live reaction to Eden Zero manga chapter 172. Now, the chapter has come out. We are here today to begin the weekly coverage of Hiro Mashima's up-and-coming new hit series. It's a Tuesday morning. I can finally cover this series weekly, man. Like, I've been saying for so long. If you guys have followed my Twitter and all that, of course, my social media pages, I've been talking about this series week in and week out since I got caught up around chapter 104. I finally have the recommendation video out, the catch-up video to the chapters I missed while making the recommendation video. So if you haven't seen the Eden Zero video that I did for it, talking about why you should check out the series, why it's worth giving a shot, as well as the reactions to 168 through 171, links will be at the end of the video, and one of the cards and stuff will have the recommendation video to check it out. So, and then in that also, if you want to see some of my earlier thoughts on the series as well, from chapter 1 to 104, there should be a thread, I think, in the pinned comments of the recommendation video. So, with that being said, man, we have a chapter to experience the first of the weekly journey when it comes to the time skip, right? Because we had seen it happen after 169 and then 170, 171, you know, Shiki being one of the Galactica, which is still madness, man. He's one of the warlords of space, essentially, right? Unless we were to get our equivalent Yonkos and stuff down the line. You know, seeing Rebecca now, her growth as a B-Cuber, 3.1 milli, all right? She's going to be the greatest B-Cuber by the time we wrap this story up. By the time we find Mother, she's going to be top one, even if she's already my top one, so it don't really matter. Sister, looking great in her time skip, of course. Amura looking great. I know with Vice, more or less looks the same pretty much. Same thing with Laguna. I noticed someone made a comment after regarding Laguna's design because his hair color and stuff was like, I think at the end of the chapter, there was a different shade or something. I don't know if it was an error on Mashima's part or not, because I remember it being a little bit darker. There was parts where it was like white, so I have to go double back on that. With everybody else looking great, but I'll just say this though, and I'm saying this for Jin because I respect him enough. Hashtag protect clean, alright? I know I trust Shiki, but I don't trust Shiki, okay? Because listen, the Spa of Edens might be the greatest place in the cosmos, but there are some innocents we have to protect. That's one of them right there, man. So, for Jin's sake, we got to protect clean. That much has to be said. And our focus, though, has to be on what transpired at the end of 171, the stuff with Connor now. Because we're in this whole world, number 31, based on what Ziggy's conversation with Elsie was, right? That essentially Connor more or less isn't with Ziggy anymore, has no ties. And because we know that there's a factory that he came from that Shiki has an interest in, we're more likely now going to be going there. I don't think we run into Ziggy. I think we run into one of the Dark Stars and stuff after, but we're going to have to wait and see in this chapter what transpires exactly and how far we go through with this. So, let's get into the chapter. I'm rating over on the Azuki app, by the way, which, of course, you know, they release the chapters week in, week out, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays for any series that comes out with Kodansha or Weekly Shonen Magazine. So, if you don't have the app, definitely recommend it because it'd be time to wait, you know, whenever the chapters do come out randomly through scans and stuff. So, be sure to do that. And, of course, translations are absolutely really good, too. So, I'll leave a link afterwards in the description box. Get the English out, but in the description box for that as well. And it says over here we are going to be going on break next week, but after that we should be back to a regular schedule. So that's good at the very least. All right, so chapter 172. Let's get into it, man. And the title of the chapter is Universe 3. And you see my boy Vice throwing up gang signs and stuff, got the graffiti in the back. I'll say this though. It's one thing I love so much with Hiro Mashima whenever it comes to these chapters on the cover pages, because sometimes you get some really godly moments, whether if they're in color or even just like the standard black and white, and then you get fed some greatness whenever Rebecca, Homura, and sister, and then my witch. Don't be emotional. Don't be emotional. Emotions don't exist. All right. So now, okay, we're back at the Eden Zero and stuff, and you see Connor right there, and he's eating. I don't know if he's oh, you know what? The name's not coming to mind and stuff. The dongos, like the little like on sticks and stuff, or the takoyaki. It should be takoyaki probably. So what you be telling me is that you lot have been liberating the planets as Ziggy's invaded. We're fighting to defeat Ziggy. I love how they're saying this while they're eating the food and stuff. Like, I had no idea they were such wee children. So tell us where we can find this robot factory already. I'd be happy to oblige, of course. But I hope you're not planning to go there. A very dangerous place, that be. Give him more of a chewing away too. Hey man, get your bill. We know the danger. Is if that factory is where they're making Ziggy soldiers, it's bound to have a clue to finding him. And that's exactly what we've been looking for these last 3 years. And I should really have commented too on Hermit as well. Hermit looked absolutely great with her time skip design and stuff. And of course, Pino now with her own little get up and everything. And if we don't defeat Ziggy, peace will never come to the cosmos. And you see right there the reaction on Connor's face. He's like, well, they mean business. They want to beat this dude. And of course, with the universe changes stuff, I don't know if they're aware of it though. That's the thing we have to realize. We don't know if they are aware that it transpired. Because normally I think Rebecca would be aware because she has with the time leap and stuff. But because of the way the nature that Ziggy has explained it to Elsie, I don't know if they're going to know right away. Yar, it be a living factory. The very planet itself produces soldiers automatically. The perpetual motion machine, the planet Leonard or Lendard. You know what, man? Some of these damn English words, bro. Lendard. You let me know how you want to pronounce it in the comments, man. Leonard. I'll go Leonard because Lendard. Okay, perfectly fine. And then you see the look there on Shiki's face. Is like, okay, bet, because from when you look at the planet and stuff, obviously it has like the atmosphere around it and everything, but it looks like those like chronographs and stuff. Like it's very like a machine-like planet. With like the bits and pieces and stuff you would find mostly like watches and whatever. But you see the look on Shiki's face. Oh wow, okay. You want to show up now, Noah? Okay. But we know. I can't trust you completely either because you have some other agendas for sure. Knowing your true affiliation. It's good to see you again, Rebecca. I watch your videos from time to time. Master of Adventures Guild, Shooting Starlight, Noah Glenfield. I'm starving right now because I'm missing out on content that Rebecca should be putting out for right now, and I gotta deal with Noah. So if you hear me growl, man, I need the next video, Rebecca, like ASAP. Master Noah, what number world are we in right now? Oh, so they're about to... This is why she's the GOAT. Homura is the GOAT. But Rebecca is a GOAT in her own way as well. Master Noah, what number world are we in right now? You don't beat around the bush. Good question. Circumstances have changed a bit. You see her reaction? I've done some research since we last talked. In the numbering system you're familiar with, we are now in world number 416? How the hell? Wait. How do we jump from 29 to 30 to 31 to 416? How the hell does that work? No, something might be up. That feels off. How do you go from 31, which we're supposed to be into 416? He's sick in the head for using a certain area code he shouldn't be using. But anyways, 416, what? Think of it as the number of times you've done a simple leap, what you call reverse. I used it that many times. If you're trying to tell me that she used it that many times during the time skip, then that would make sense. But what? You can see right there, Rebecca looks sick to her stomach, man. She's saying I used that many times. It is your weapon. You need it to fight. I predict that the number of uses will continue to increase. So for the time being, let's forget about the particular number or count. And you see right there, she's like what? I don't know. You have to, I think, keep that in mind because you don't know what kind of danger that could come afterwards if you're not familiar with what's happening. I've determined that 2 types of changes result in a new world number. First is reverse, the 90-second time leap which you use subconsciously as a child, and learn to use consciously on Sun Jewel. So remembering that because that's when she awakened it. This causes virtually no changes to the world overall. It may cause a tremendous change for you and those around you. But history eventually corrects and converges towards its predetermined future. In other words, the great future does not change. So whatever is happening right now in the present, whatever that's supposed to be set up, it's just like we're literally like the straight lines here towards the future. We're gonna be doing all one of these and stuff going around, but eventually it all goes back to where it has to be afterwards. From what I guess pretty much from what he's saying. The second type comes from Cat Leaper, which you use in the fight against Draken. This ability doesn't only move you through time, it transports you to another world, one moving parallel to the previous one. It's referred to these worlds as universes. Oh god, and so that's pretty much what it means with the title of the chapter and stuff. Oh man. Oh god, Rebecca, I know she's going to be feeling a multitude of ways and stuff about all this now because she's starting to understand more of how her power works and everything. Universes. The world in which poor Shiki died was Universe 1. The world where you beat Draken was Universe 2. And now it's Universe 3 we're in. Now we are in the world where you beat Nero, Universe 3. You see the reaction on her face out there, man. Goddamn. Whoa, wait a minute. When did we go to Universe 3? You didn't know it had happened? It would... Of course, during the time skip. Of course. It was 3 years ago. Sometime right before... It was 3 years ago. Right before Euro 66 was destroyed. I was sure you used your power to escape. But I have no memory of doing that. And as far as I'm concerned, she tried to do it. No, but she did it during the card game. I know that for a fact. And there was one point afterwards that she used it again. It would break up her body even more. That... If you're going to tell me that's the result, what it is, oh my god. I turn that page and I see her playing the card game and that's the result of it. I know she's going to be absolutely devastated. But I have no memory of doing that. That is strange. According to my Eye of God, there was a moment when the locations of a great many people suddenly changed, just like when you fought Draken. We have most certainly moved over to Universe 3. And you see like an hourglass that's right there with like usually for time itself and like some kind of like ring, a scroll in the back of their book. I don't know if those are supposed to be relics and stuff, which is possible for them to have that kind of possession. I don't know if it's from Ziggy, but I was gonna say from Noah's side or if it's from where we have right now in the Eden Zero. And you know the future of a world before we move away from it, right? Technically, no. Only predict its future based on the positions of the world's inhabitants. If we had stayed in Universe 2, what would have happened to us? Most likely, destruction for you all. Both you and Shiki would have perished. Oh, man. So regardless of that, which was destined to die, though? It was either all of them or one of them only. I hate Mashima, man. Well, the blatantly, the way as he handles this right here, it basically tell you, yeah, there was no chance which was going to survive. I wonder when the change happened exactly. And of course, you guys show me that double spread is still frightening. I know they minimized it as possible, but that double spread when he came in after the freaking monitor and stuff, you made the wrong choice. Like, oh, I got some chills. We didn't make the wrong choice, but I was so sure there was a way to save Witch. Now, about Mr. Connor. Yes, the man whose role changed from Universe 1 to 2. In Universe 1, this better explains it actually now, so I'm glad Mash was doing this. In Universe 1, when we rescued him, when he was drifting through the Sakura Cosmos after a shipwreck, which was true. In Universe 2, he appeared as the captain of Ziggy's ship. And this time, he was drifting through the Coyote Cosmos after escaping from a robot factory. So, it was only Universe 2, really, that he was affiliated to Ziggy as his helmsman and stuff. Well, he took control of the ship, but again, as the captain and stuff. But now it's like, no, it went from, like, neutral, like, he didn't have anything to do with it, to enemy, to now being basically on the opposing side of Ziggy and stuff, like, you know, getting away. Like, back into neutral, but could tie into ally eventually after. There is nothing strange about that. That's how things work in the multiverse. Okay, you know what, man? Look, I'll let you cook. I'll let you cook, Mashima. I'll let you cook. You've been cooking for a while. I'll let you cook. All right? I'll let you cook. You want to bring the multiverse, man? You want to talk about the Multiverse of Madness that's a coming May with Doctor Strange? You want to bring up all that with Marvel? Hey, man, look, you do it in your series. You've been planning. You know what you're doing. You got it, all right? I'm here for it, man. Because you know what? To be fair with you, because of all the changes and stuff that's going on, at some point we had to assume a multiverse was going to be brought into this, and now it practically is. If a world changes, and I put quotation on world, the histories of its people can change from what they once were. And you see the look on her face, and she's like, oh, God. And then Connor and Pino, what are they doing? Oh, Pino, but he teach you guys to swear. Don't do it. Like, hey, don't be teaching Pino weird sounds. He also taught me it calls the F word. It better not be that word. It better not. Look, I trust Mashima. I trust him. It's not going to be that F word. We're not doing that here. Don't say it. And you see the look on Rebecca's face. She's like, just like absolutely annoyed and stuff, man. She looks absolutely gorgeous, I have to say. I mean, I've been so focused on her mental being and stuff, but not the physical. So, shout out to Rebecca, man. He's really not bad at guy. Hey, but boy, like, I'm sitting by this girl, like, hey, let's go. He's really not a bad guy, I think. I know. At least he was a good person in Universe 1. She remembers in this spot. Right away, he's a bad guy right back. Maybe not that good. And then he's remembered, like, you know, he's trying to press the Moskow's button, and then you try and teach Pino the words from before, so it doesn't happen. Uni. It's a new name for words like world number 30 or whatever. In Universe 1, Shiki got killed. I absolutely hate that panel, man. Like, oh my god. I still can't believe Mashima actually did that, and then we had the whole switches and stuff, because that would have been so wild to off him that early on, but in the way to basically save them and stuff, using the power of Cat Leaper and stuff, thank god for its existence, because I couldn't be able to continue on with the series if Shiki was gone, especially how great of a character he is. In Universe 2, we were all destroyed. In this world, Universe 3, I hope we can all find our happy ending. I'm going to be real, man. I think there's a good chance we're not done with the universes. We're probably going to go into more of them as time progresses, because knowing that we've gone through this right now with 1 and 2, I'm scared to death for 3. I really hope we don't lose Sister or Hermit, man. Because losing Witch was already tough. I cannot accept that if that happens here again. Hey, thank God she's come back. I thought she was going to be gone for a while again, but knowing that this is her cosmos, man. Thank God, Elsie. Look at her, man. Ugh, the planet Leonard. You know it. I told you I come from Kaede, didn't I? Lendard was always an industrial planet, but I heard it stopped operations several years ago because Ziggy took it over and turned it into his skeleton army factory. Alright, my crew and I will head there. We'll tear that factory down piece by piece. Oh my god. I doubt that he's there, but Elsie said if we roll up again on you, you're an op, and I'm taking you out. That will be helpful. If we stop his production line, we can weaken Ziggy's forces. No. That's werewolf. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's where we'll find him. That's where we'll find Ziggy. Yo, hold on, buckaroo. That is too quick. Like, that's not a... Like, oh, no. They're gonna get... I don't know, man. This is one of those things where they could get curve stomped. Look, the end goal is Mother at the end of the day, but he is one of the problems they have to take care of. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I see the planet Leonard, and again, it looks like something straight out of the Sonic games and stuff. If you remember the city and stuff where all the machines and all that before you go to the Babylon Gardens and all that, it reminds me so much of maybe Metropolis. I was going to say, like a very robotic style Metropolis and stuff. But anyways, if we're actually getting to fight Ziggy now, that is absolutely crazy. I would assume the Dark Stars, at best, will probably get into action with. Ziggy himself, that's fast. But there's probably going to be more to it. But let me turn this page. Okay, so you see like a whole bunch of the mechs and stuff are moving around. And all of his goons and all that. Who the hell is this right here in the... You see like a whole horde of like all these soldiers and stuff. And this thing stretches out vastly, like through like the whole... This is going to look beautiful in the anime. I love shots like this when it depicts like almost like a war right now about to go down. And like the head general and stuff just weighing at the top and stuff. But who in God's name is this? Because it doesn't look like anyone that I can think of off the top of my head. Unless the wires have already come undone, so... Oh! Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Makes sense. I should have saw it coming. Makes sense. This planet will create life in petripedity. Life in petripedity. The Demon King's 4 Dark Stars Wizard. I should have known from the back of the head it was him, because I kept on thinking, of course, that 2 of the other members of or Mecha, more or less, or along those lines. Yeah, so Wizard. What a glorious sight. More children every minute. The Demon King's 4 Dark Stars Clown. One day it may produce machines that even surpass us. Demon King's 4 Dark Stars Brigadine Mark II. And then Killer right here. Which planet will we attack next? Killer Mark II. Okay, so from I gotta say, from these designs though, Killer looks like an absolute beast. I'll say that much. Then goes like Wizard, then Brigadine, and then Clown after. But I would have to presume we're probably, if depending on the length of the series, we're gonna have to probably fight one by one. I don't think we fight all of them here now, because even then that would be kind of wild. I think one by one we kind of face them, and then once they're all defeated, then we get Ziggy after. If they're gonna go by the formula of how most RPGs work and stuff. And considering Mashima's love for games, I would think that's what will probably end up happening. But all the Dark Stars, man, Jesus. Yo! No! Oh, God, yeah, we're gonna have to square up with Oyashi, man. Oh, hell nah. Look at him do it, bro. I didn't comment enough. When this man pulled up on Nero and had the new drip, the new style, all that. Oh, come on, bro. Look, bro, he doing the Mbappe, but better, man. Oh, my God. Shiki is coming. We stay here to fight him. Oh, Mashima. Please, bro, there's gotta be more. We're going to settle this. Demon King Ziggy, and look at my MC with the look. Oh, why do we gotta go and break after, man? I need this next chapter. Man, perfect timing for the weekly greatness, man. You're telling me that as soon as I cover this story on the channel, I'm going to get the Demon King, the Messiah himself, the man who has fallen into the depths of depravity, up against the very boy that this man raised. A Galactica versus the Demon King, man. Like, oh my God. God damn you, Mashima. Like, this spread goes so crazy, because it's just him popping up. It's just him popping up with his goons, man. But like, Ziggy raw as hell, man. Oh my God. But then the thing is, too, is that Elsie's gonna come by. Like, they have, like, no, both sides, we know, for more or less, both of the sides are going to come here. Both sides are going to come here. That much we know. Both sides are going to come here. Like, the face on Shiki's face. Like, he looks so goddamn serious. This is a different look to what we always would see with Shiki. You know, in terms of, he'll have more of, like, you know, the spirits, the courageousness inside of him and stuff when it shows in his outward appearance. This right here is a face of someone says, I'm going to beat a family member's ass. It might be out of love. It might be out of hatred. But one thing's for certain, I am beating some robot ass. That much you would hope for. But again, this is Ziggy we're talking about. The man took Nero's abilities. He has a whole horde of stuff we probably don't even know, which makes him that much more frightening. At the very least, I think he has to fight at least one of the members when it comes to the Dark Stars. Like, to fight all of them now seems absolutely crazy. Like, we're really going from the Aoi War to the time skip stuff to kind of calm down, and now going back into some madness is absolutely insane. to go into. Like, I figured at the very least we kind of calm down things and stuff, maybe ease things out. One by one, we take the Dark Stars. Now, it could still happen, right? I mean, he says here, we're going to settle this. But I know, I have to believe it. He wants to score up. He wants to beat his grandson's ass, man. Oh, God. Yeah, well, you know what? I'll accept it for now, but I would not put it over Mashima to just pull like the rug from under us and say, nah, you want to beat me? You're not good enough. Earn your way through the Dark Stars. If he does it, the Gauntlet style after the fact, okay, but right now this is about to be a war, man. Now, my thing too is how far away are they from Leonard? Because based on the way that they're explaining stuff, it's still in the cosmos, but it shouldn't be too far off from where they are. Which means that the Doomsday itself, it's about to come. Like, but what a freaking chapter. First off, the stuff with the universes and the explanation of exactly what's happening, because again, because of what happened, and I have to presume it's mainly because of what happened with Rebecca's, like, you know, the card game and stuff against one of Shura's people and stuff, right? Is that because of her using and stuff, it definitely sped up the process, but also, like, because she hadn't used it though during the time skip, that's one thing, but for her to jump that much from 31 to 416 is kind of wild, right? But then again, if you change the universes after, then it's like, okay, then the numbers would change. But it's a lot to take in. Like, this is one of those I'm gonna have to go back and reread just to be on the safe side for previous chapters, just to make everything come together, make sense. But my God, man, we go from a war to another war right after. Like, Mashima, this is how you want to end the year. Like, we started off with the near the end of the Foresta arc, and then got all of the Aoi War, and now this. Absolutely madness. Like, you go from the prelude to one war to ending on a prelude to another war. Only Hiro Mashima, madness. But yo, this was actually an amazing chapter. Like, you just set up a lot of stuff right here for what should be another banger arc, one of the top arcs in the series potentially, if we are going to see this through, which is crazy because if Ziggy were to go down now, then it's like we're closer to the end, basically. Which I don't know how I would feel about that, so I would have to think that because of like how Eden Zero's been doing, I know there's been stuff about its sales and its manga and stuff haven't been doing as good as they would hope, even though with the anime coming out. I really do hope, though, this is not Mashima saying, you know what, if things aren't going so well in terms of, you know, keeping up the popularity, its sales, all that, then we're going to be near the end. I hope that's not the case, because I need this to be around for the long term. If you want to talk about one of the best long-running adventure stories right now, I need this to be one of those by the end of the story. And I can't have it end in the next year or two. I need this to keep on going. So, but yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below in regards to the chapter. What do you make of the stuff that we got here in regards to like the universes and stuff, the explanation of that from what Noah says? Like, do you trust everything that the man said? Is he holding back on some information again, going by his ties and stuff with the government and everything? Do you think that he's only giving Rebecca certain parts of what she needs to know and that he's withholding some information based on how it's brought up? Or he actually was being truthful with her during this whole thing, especially the fact that she is now affiliated with one of the Galactica and Shiki. You can't really go and just like fib too much about it, but you could also, we don't know. And then this whole stuff right now that we're getting here with us going after Ziggy. Do you think this is too soon? Do you think that Mashima has other things in store for us that could be different from what we're going to anticipate? Or are we actually going to war, like the Leonard War? Are we actually going to experience that? You let me know down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. If you want to be part of the weekly experience when it comes to my coverage of Eden Zero, now is the time. If I will be here for this whole thing on the Tuesdays, for the greatness that is to come, I need to see how this is all going to play out. I'm glad that we are finally covering the series now on this channel. And I get to experience post-time skip greatness that is to come. And because this is Mashima now with the pen, properly writing down his ideas, what he wants to do, the man has greatness coming up for us, and I'm here for it. So if you want to be here for the greatness that is to come, subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell, Shandora, save the day with everything goes on the channel. With that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video, which will be possibly in the next year because the next chapter comes on the 4th of January. So if I don't see you guys afterwards again for any more Eden Zero content, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Let's kick off 2022 with more of Eden Zero. I cannot wait, man. More masterclass awaiting for us, as it should. So, Commodore last signing off. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care. Going crazy.